Welcome back, everybody. This is part 3 for the PTGT. Today's video, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to drop the transmission, then I'm going to pull the motor out, and then we'll see what the firewall and stuff looks like. Maybe we'll pull some of the old stuff off that's all burned up, and all the cakey crap, we'll try to get rid of it as well. And just start prepping to get at least the firewall and stuff cleaned up, and then I want to try and get the car pushed outside to maybe once the motor is pulled, we can go ahead and start getting some of the crap off of the firewall that's all burned up, some of the oil residue, any sort of the mess, and just kind of get a little cleaning done on it. I'd like to put the axles back in just to hold the hubs, and push the car out, and then go ahead and get the garage reorganized and get ready for the motor. I did buy an engine stand. I did buy some other little knick-knack tools, engine cleaner, degreaser. I'm going to have that at least just for the side, in case the Purple Power don't do everything. The new motor you haven't seen yet, and that will be coming out soon. That should be the next video after this. I'm not going to promise nothing, because I'm going to order some gaskets and I want to do rings. That way that motor should be fresh. The water pump looked good. It didn't look old at all. Like, I don't know. From being at the junkyard, it looked like they tried to do a lot of work to it to keep it going. So we'll see. But as for right now, let's get into it. First, before I do anything, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull the starter out. That'll be one less thing that'll need to be done. I also have this bracket here, which I need to figure out what's going on. This bolt was out. And then there's two 15 studs. There's two 15 studs right here, and then one up here. So 1, 2. And then there should be another, I think, 18 on the back side as well. And then we can drop the inspection cover. Well, I got the starter out. I also got the inspection cover off. Next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to do the flex plate to the clutch. There's 4 18mm bolts in that, and to prevent the motor from rotating, I'm going to go ahead and just get a 19 on the crank and just kind of hold it, or maybe if it's long enough I can go ahead and just reach to the floor and it'll hold itself. But anyway, I'm just going to try and lock in the crank. So you got a stud that comes down from the bottom. There's supposed to be an inspection plate here. I already took mine off. But anyway, that stud, the bigger size is 15. You got one here and one here, as well as an 18 up top here, and then one on the back side, which you can't see. I have a couple more bolts that I need to take off up top, from the block itself to the transmission, and then I got two 15mm transmission mount bolts up there on the support up front. They need to be dropped, pulled, and then the transmission, I'll go ahead and pull it. I already took the 18mm bolts out for the clutch assembly and the flywheel, so all 4 of those are out. Those are bagged and labeled. Like I said, a couple bolts up top, we'll get it, but first I want to go ahead and put a motorcycle jack underneath the transmission here just to help hold it. I also want to get a jack and a board to set here under the oil pan, because the motor's going to drop down some as well, and I don't want any more pressure or stress on these mounts. I have yet to order any parts, so for that stuff, that'll be later on obviously, but just to protect myself, I'm going to go ahead and get some support under here. Carefully now, I got all the 18mm bolts out, the 2 up top, and there was another one on the back side. It's out now. The two 15mm bolts for the transmission mount, it's out. Transmission started dropping, so let's continue with the drop. I don't think I have any wiring wise that I need to watch out for. That's all disconnected, that's disconnected. So let's slowly do this. Transmission is now down. Here in a minute I'm going to go ahead and pull it out, and then we can go ahead and start working with the motor. This is going to be fun. I can't get my cherry picker in here to do it correctly, so I'm going to try it with that come along and a jack. Yeah, that's what I say. Now that the transmission's out, it'll be easier for me to look on the back side just to see if there's any extra connectors that I may have missed. Pretty much just to literally double check everything. That way whenever the motor comes out, I can safely ensure that I'm not going to break nothing. I just hope that the motor itself don't crash to the floor. It didn't come out as easy as what I wanted it to. Cherry picker definitely would have been easier. It is free. I can move it. It's just kind of hanging around. I'm going to go ahead and get the struts back together, get the wheels on, and go ahead and just push the car out.